So the last time we played, you guys were spending some downtime in Bling Ding Dong, the underground city of the Deep Gnomes, and spent most of that time selling off any of the valuables that you had acquired from the Underrog, purchasing any mundane equipment that you need, and you guys were able to find some magic potions with a very shrewd wizard gnome who also...
Just to interrupt you, Kevin Nelson, make sure you have 2 healing potions. I think they are.
Yep.
Yes,
I will check.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I put that in your inventory, but
You did.
so basically after that, Eikooc revealed that he had discovered the spell that would let him travel to the teleportation circles on the surface, and you guys discussed the different options and traveled to Garden Hills, where you were informed by the priest there, the priest of Balbriggan, and the barkeep kind of gave you some information about how Saltmarsh had been blockaded by the fair hands, and that trade was being stopped from coming in. And you guys decided to then teleport back over to Saltmarsh. So while you guys were there, you initially spoke to what's his name, Selgar Brinewater, and when you went out into the town, you were quickly found by Eleander Fireborn, who drew you aside and gave you a little bit more information about what was happening. And at the end of the session, he basically took you guys back to the barracks for the allow you to rest and to begin the planning session of how you guys were going to deal with the boats and the occupying force of the fair hands in Saltmarsh. So we can begin the session after a long rest.
Are you okay if I just buy these spells for what I have available, kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah, just spend the gold as if you had back then, and then during any of the long rests, you can say you've learned them, but I think you have to do a spell check for those, so you can do those at any time to put them into your spell book. So, I don't know if there's any kind of last minute things you guys want to do, just to review your character sheets, or while Kevin's dealing with the spells there. But when we're ready, at morning, Eleander Fireborn asks you to join him in his drawing room to discuss the strategy that's going to be employed today, or employed when you guys deal with the ships.
Well, my friends, to Eleander. We should begin this planning process. Take back our sea ghost. There's Jelan Primewater that was seen stealing it?
That's right. Eleander Fireborn tells you that Jelan Primewater had taken the Sea Ghost and the crew just very shortly before the blockade had arrived. But his whereabouts now are unknown.
Well, I guess technically the crew was on loan from him, right?
That's right. He had essentially been paying their wages. So as you guys join Eleander Fireborn, he welcomes you, and there's bread and different kinds of drink for breakfasts. And he has a table there where he's kind of has a rough map, essentially what we're looking at here.
These ships in the harbor.
And he starts off by saying, I can't tell you again how nice it is to see you here. Word had been that you had left the region a couple weeks ago, traveling north. All of a sudden you pop up here. I imagine you have quite a tale to tell.
Indeed, but it will have to wait for another time, for there are pressing matters to deal with.
Kelnozz has written a grand song about it that he'll sing for you in 1 hour's time.
He looks like he's not very pleased with that idea. He says, that's right, well, let's get working here. And he starts pointing around the map here, and he says, I'm sure you saw when you came down from the temple here that there are 3 warships in the bay. What you might not have seen is that each of these 3 warships has a trebuchet attached to it.
Ooh.
They've been here for nearly a week, stopping most of our trade, stopping our fishers from going out from getting food, and our farmers are already taxed as they are. There have been people steadily trickling in from Seaton. Some normal folks, but mostly non-humans. They've been setting up camps, mostly here at the outside of the wall. Of course, there's many just straggling throughout the town. You can't stop all of them. He says, Janelle Marshwater. You may be familiar with her. She's Lord Feldrin's second in command. She's taken residence in the Prime Water Mansion. With a contingent of soldiers and several large copper constructs. They seem to be autonomous creatures. Seem to follow around their lieutenants. Now, the strangest thing that we noticed is that among Janelle's forces seem to be these strange priests or advisors in red robes seem to trail around. They don't say anything, but it's something I'm unfamiliar with from my time with Lord Philipin. Now, most of Janelle's forces are protecting her in the docks. And if we're going to have any success in routing her forces, we're going to have to take it to her. But a frontal assault at the docks is not going to work. We need to divert some of her forces away. Are you all with me so far?
How would we divert the ships away? They'll clearly see us leave the dock to engage them.
That's right. Well, actually, that's where I'm hoping that y'all will step in.
I appreciate your use of y'all.
Now, you see, I have a plan for those ships. Because the fight can't end here. Not at Saltmarsh. And there's no way that we can take Seaton by land. It's too well fortified. But perhaps if we have these 3 warships at our beck and call, with their sails, we can head back to Seige and launch a surprise attack. So we need a way to disable them.
Capture the ships. Do we have enough men to capture 3 large warships?
Eleander kind of like displays his hands out and says, not by conventional warfare, no. We might be able to get some of the people on our hands to help, but as you say, the second that we start rowing out there, we're going to be under trebuchet fire. Can't you folks just zippity-doo-dah over there or something?
If only we had a wizard that knew how to give us all water breathing. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I meant to say, if only we had a wizard that knew how to have us all use water breathing.
Oh, you have finally showed up.
Stop touching my CDs.
He says, well, that sounds like the beginning of a good plan. He points to a few other places on Saltmarsh and says, while it is important that we deal with those ships, we also need to think about diverting the protection around Prime Water's mansion. He points to the marketplace. And he says, perhaps if we can create a diversion here, we can draw some of them here. There's lots of space here where we can get them all tangled up. He points to down over here. He says, over here is where there are 2 taverns, the Wicked Goat and the Salty She-Wagon over here. Most of Janelle's forces keep them there, and many of my men also spend their time drinking there. That would be a good place to have at least a major skirmish.
At least a major skirmish.
And then he says, by then, if we've drawn away some of their forces, then that might be a good time to salt the dock. Janelle is likely to stay in her mansion during a battle, watch over from that big old window that Jelan liked to use. But I would go there last, no matter what happens. Do y'all have any questions?
How do we draw them ashore?
Well, as I said, my plan doesn't really account for how to deal with these ships. And that's where I was hoping that you might have some ideas.
There's a contingent on land, right?
There's a small contingent on land, but there's more in those ships.
Do you know how many in total? Or
well, I can only guess for sure, but typically a ship like that could hold nearly 50 soldiers.
And how many are on land?
Have at least a priest among them.
And how many on land in the city now?
Janelle's probably only got her 20 or so of her best men, plus those constructs. As he talks to you, you hear a commotion outside of the barracks, and a foot soldier runs into the room, panting, and he says, "Pardon for interrupting, Eleander. Chanel's men have traveled through the town and are now outside the town walls, provoking the refugees there. It seems like a riot is about to erupt." What are your orders? Eleander looks around to you guys. He says, this is bad.
Grage eats some of Alexander's food.
Well, we're known for our
Eat some
decisive
of your own
action.
food.
Yes, we are known for decisive, pointed action.
We should go quell. This is a good opportunity to begin the quelling.
Alright. You guys are going to head to the town wall then?
Where on the map are we playing? Out over here somewhere?
Yeah. This is where the refugees from Seige have been mostly congregated.
Alright. Well, if it's a riot they want, it's a riot they'll get. Let's go start a riot, boys.
We incite a riot.
Okay. So, you guys can adjust yourself if you want to change like your general stances here.
The
But you
fuck
guys,
is this?
you guys take the short travel to the town wall where you see that there's a large gathering that is amassing around a ring of soldiers who are dressed mostly in copper finishing on their leather armor, and a group of Saltmarsh guards are also kind of standing by watching. These are Saltmarsh guards. These icons here, the dude with the red cape, I guess, and all of these icons are fair hands, essentially, foot soldiers of the fair hand forces. And all of these people in hoods are basically just commoners, and there are all variety of people. There's humans, halflings, gnomes, some dwarves, some elves, and they're all standing around.
What kind of loot do those civilians have on them?
Oh god.
Most of them look absolutely destitute, but they all have nearly
Fireball.
perfect eyes.
Oh god.
Well, I see.
Oh man, that's a dad joke.
And it's done.
All right. So they're all gathered around in this big ring where there's this huge sense of conflict. And with the exception of Tharhun here, everyone, as you get close to this group, you feel your heart kind of sink in your chest, and you feel like a bubble of fear start gnawing at you. It's not like if you're not frightened in the specific sense, but you do feel this kind of like hesitancy or nervousness as you approach, and you're not sure why. Tharhun, you're immune to this, and so you don't feel this effect. And as you get closer, you can hear the refugees, the common folks, shouting out. Where there's one person in particular who's much more angry, shouting about how Saltmarsh is no different from Seige, and if they let Saltmarsh walk all over them, then they will be treated the exact same way, and that it's time to take action before Eleander Fireborn gives in to these fair hands. And you can hear many of them shouting out their agreement. Some of them basically shouting out like, "Burn the city!" and lots of other kind of comments, and just that you get a sense all of these people are really scared, and they're just reacting in all the different ways. Most of them kind of angry and violent, but some of them are cowering and weeping. How do you guys react to all this?
Ooh.
Yikes. I mean, this is not really our wheelhouse.
Alright. Tharhun, time to get up on your soapbox. It's soapbox time.
In the middle of this ring, you can see there is a large copper construct standing motionless, and behind him is, or it is, a figure in a red cloak, standing there, seemingly just as motionless as the automaton it's hiding behind. And the commander of the forces here, the Fair Hand forces here, is getting right up into the face of the commoner, telling him that they're here to bring justice and peace, and that they'll use all forces necessary to keep the peace. The Saltmarsh forces are just kind of standing around. They're not really sure what to do. Like, they're torn between, they're officially allied with the Fair Hands and the forces of Lord Feldrum.
I think I speak for Kelnozz here when I say that blood is about to be spilt, no matter what we say.
Yeah, we don't have a good history of negotiating.
Well, these are all innocent people will be killed in the process. We should at least try and get these Fair Hands to back down.
If we come to their defense, do you think the saltwater marsh guards will be on our side, or will they be trying to poke our sides?
We are heroes of Saltmarsh. We have hero medals.
Do we?
We do. We have hero medals from Saltmarsh.
Saltmarsh hero medals, for sure.
We are renowned.
I lack these medals. Perhaps one of you could speak to our saltwater friends here and see if they would join sides with us.
They're already on our side. We just need to have somebody up on a soapbox. Tharhun. These common folk are being swayed magically to rise against Saltmarsh. You need to talk them down and badger these Fair Hands into fighting us.
As you guys stand around and have this pep talk, you can see many of these commoners are going and grabbing torches, breaking off pieces of wood from their tents to use as clubs.
Ooh.
So the commoners plan on attacking these people?
The general sense is... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, the Fair Hands are rising the commoners against the city. That's what they're trying to rise these commoners that are outside of the city. These are all refugees that haven't been let in. And they're trying to get them to all rise up and attack the city.
That's not great.
But their logic is kind of shitty. They're like, hey, we're from Seaton. This place is as bad as Seaton.
No, sorry, it wasn't Seaton it wasn't them who were saying that. That was the commoner, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So these guys are just inciting them by being magically annoying and rattling their senses.
Should we rally the town guard to our side to make a united front here?
Alright, no one else is speaking up. I raise my voice. And I say, halt, everyone. You will not rise up against Saltmarsh. They welcome people of all kinds. These Fair Hand tell lies.
Make a quick persuasion roll.
Let him finish his speech.
Yeah, you got.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
That was like.
Okay, so when you say halt, you do get everyone's attention.
Hang on my words.
And at least the people within around a 20-foot area kind of stop. You can see that even the commoner who is kind of in the face of the guard here, or of the Fair Hand, turns and looks at you.
Go on with your speech.
Damn it.
Perhaps get closer.
That's what I was trying to get soapbox Tharhun to talk so that he can aggro all the mobs.
Well, he's gonna stand in front of you with his greatsword.
Yeah, I'm not going to get in front of him, that's for sure.
Fireball.
It's ready. There's like embers in my hand right now. I guess I just say, Saltmarsh is a friendly place to all, and Eleander Fireborn is a noble man and would not and would welcome you all. However, the town is in great need due to these fair hands. They're manipulating you.
Wood Elf nearby says, "Well, if Saltmarsh is so good, then how come I'm not allowed to own a home there?" And you can hear a few other people murmuring. And a dwarf nearby says, "Oh, my kind was shunned the entire time in Saltmarsh, and somebody stole my anvil."
Ooh, that's a heavy object to make off with.
Well,
There are some
those
people
are-
who are nodding at you, but there are others who are shaking their heads. And
those are fair points.
as you as you speak, the creature, the person in red, walks forward to get a better look and a better hear of what you are saying, but continues to remain silent.
Okay, I continue my speech. Continuing to talk about the benefits of Saltmarsh and that it's not perfect, but it's it's more progressive than everywhere else on the peninsula.
The guard speaks up and says, "What does it matter what you think? Because we from Seton, we know firsthand what your kind will do given enough time. Seton was attacked by the non-humans. If you ask me, you all belong out here like the animals you are." And the crowd starts getting extremely angry and riled up again.
Seton was attacked by extremist terrorists and are not representative of an entire race or culture. It's getting a little too real.
Yeah. Make a persuasion check. There are a very few number of people around you who seem to be nodding, and you've completely persuaded them. But the majority of the crowd is still extremely scared and extremely angry. And you can see one person pick up a rock and throws it at the construct, just pinging off harmlessly. And it's followed a few seconds later by more rocks and sticks that are being thrown. And the person in the red robe looks around nervously, pulls out a small vial, small blue vial, and pops the cork. And before you can react, a huge tall column of blue smoke rises up into the air. So let's roll initiative.
Ooh.
Potion.
It's like a column of smoke. It's like essentially like a flare.
We're into the world now, Bob, where anytime you are casting a spell, you need to tell me.
I know. Alright.
You rolled some pretty good initiative there.
Ooh, yeah, no kidding.
Is Kelnozz on here?
No. Let me get Kelnozz in there. Alright. Nelson, I assigned him to you. Okay, so Grage, you're up first. The guards and the fair hands look like they're going to be responding to these attacks with violence. They all seem to be drawing for their swords and spears.
Okay.
Now I wouldn't do that because you're not. When I said you're not officially frightened earlier, I meant you don't have the status effect of frightened.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just like a flavor thing where you're like a little scared.
I thought you were gonna bring on like we get more scared as we get close to them or something, or.
Well, it's
Alright,
only 90
well, I'm
surprises.
still. Alright, well, I'm still super brave, and I have a surplus of extra health from my my blessing. So I feel quite brave. Who are we actually fighting?
Ones that look like this.
Okay.
And
then
this one.
how?
And this one.
Well, yeah, all those. Okay. And then how big are these squares?
The squares are 5 feet.
5 feet. Okay. So let's do this thing. I'm gonna jump ahead. In Kelnozz's honor, I do a front flip, and then I whip out my axe, and I slam it down. Where's my axe? Slam it down on the guy's head,
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
cracking the skull wide open. Yes! Okay. I surgically remove one eye, leaving the other to witness. No. I don't need the human eyes. And...
You draw the line of human eyes, eh?
yeah, no, it's more creatures. It's not like a... Not
Not
like
just an
human.
eyeball thing? A general eyeball?
No, it's more just mementos from like, trophies from creatures. Humans, that's not a bit sadistic.
Well,
You take a point in evil.
I don't know what weapons they're using.
They all have spears in their hands.
You would call a spear a missile, right?
No. Although
One
if they
day.
threw it at you, it probably would.
Yeah. Can I do a reaction of deflect missile, or that's passive?
It's situational. So you can't do it now. You can only do it as like a reaction. You can only do it as a reaction to something else, to somebody else's actions, right? So if an archer shoots an arrow at you, then that would be your time to use it, right? Or if someone throws a spear,
So I set it up as a reaction.
you don't set it up. It's just when it occurs, you say it. Yeah,
Okay.
because you can use your reaction for different things. The most common is using it for as an attack of opportunity. Like someone leaves your area of threat, you can get like a free attack on them, but that's your reaction. So you have to decide: am I going to save it for potentially catching some arrows, or am I going to use it for attacks of opportunity, or maybe there's some other ability that you have that uses your reaction.
Okay, because I've moved and attacked, I can't do some other action, can I?
That's right. You used your action to attack, so you can still take the rest of your movement and the rest of your attack options, right? Because you get a bonus attack if you use your hand axe, and you get a second attack normally. So you can definitely like run up to that shield guardian, or you can run up to a different fair hand, or whatever. You have essentially 2 more attacks if you want.
Alright. Are you guys going to be moving up fairly quickly? No answer. Alright.
I will go
Forward.
into battle. Like, it seems like battle is happening. Let's throw down and
Excuse me.
murder these fair hands and sway the crowd in our favor. After murdering our
Okay.
opposition.
The 21 hits.
Smashy, smashy.
Alright, you scratch this copper construct that towers over you.
So they were waking up this big metal thing on purpose, or this happened by accident?
They just started attacking it.
Oh, okay. And so we're attacking it too?
Grages, yeah.
Well,
No.
So you still have
we-
one more attack, Eric, you can take, if you want.
Yeah, sweet. Well, let's try my fists.
Right, 26 hits.
Ding!
Okay, this red rogue figure is going to take a legendary action.
Ooh.
What would that be?
A
We
legendary
definitely
action is something that's like some tough creatures can do, and they can usually take a certain number of legendary actions per round at the end of other people's turns. So
Grage glares back at his fellow troops who did not warn him of legendary actions.
Well, we didn't know this thing had legendary action.
the
have basic
red robed figure stares at you and lowers his hood, and he reveals himself to be an extremely angry looking wood elf. And you can see under some of the folds of his robes and cloaks that he has a red ruby amulet on him, and he draws a long sword, raises it up, and says, "Come to me for safety. We will keep you safe from the tides of chaos." And you can see a wave of fear grow through the crowd, and many of the commoners start swarming closer to them.
You jerk. This is Bob's throw some chaff in my fireball range. Throw too many chaff for me to nuke.
You can't sacrifice all the chaff.
That's so funny.
Looks like they're mainly children.
That's really funny.
Alright, so on Kelnozz's turn, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, wisdom saving throw coming right up. He is not very wise.
He's not very wise.
+2.
Kelnozz feels this wave of fear shudder through him, and his knees feel weak, and he is frightened of this red creature.
Hang on 1 second. I do have some sort of aura now. Let me just look this up. It may be relevant.
Scared?
What is this one? Aura of Courage. Friendly creatures within 10 can't be
Yeah.
frightened.
Nice.
So good. Everybody stay next to him.
What does it do?
Fuck me.
Makes us all unfrightenable.
Okay, well, I am saying here, Brynn is out of range. But everyone else is. Okay.
Okay, I'll move closer.
Tharhun moves before you do.
I'm out of range?
Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, because two diagonals is when the math starts getting janky. That's why
yeah.
when you move diagonals, you have to take the second, like the double movement on the second one. You guys, it'll maybe affect you for one round if you don't pass your save, which you probably won't. Okay, so he's immune, can't be frightened. Okay, so fair enough. Kelnozz is... He feels that, but then standing next to Tharhun feels the reassurance and is steeled against the fear. So Nelson, if you don't mind taking over for Kelnozz there.
Alright. So Kelnozz is going to Kelnozz is going to cast spell. Oh yeah. On the red robed creature. Polymorph.
Ooh, nice.
Polymorph it
Okay.
into
Do you know his DC?
it looks like it's 17. It's better than mine.
Okay. So
Oh,
creature rolls with advantage and got a 21. So he resists Kelnozz's feeble spell.
cool. That's a kick in the pants. Okay. With his bonus action, he will put Bardic Inspiration on Grage. No, Grage just went, but you're in the fray. He's going to put Bardic Inspiration on... Yeah, we'll just stick with Grage.
Okay. So Brynn, at the beginning of your turn, make that wisdom saving throw, please.
Alright. Oh,
A
sorry.
14. A 14 plus 2? Is that... what's the range on that, Tharhun?
The range on
You have a plus
What?
2 saving throw, I thought? Range? Or?
probably also 10. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, 14. You are feared, Brynn. You are frightened of this creature.
Ooh. Well, that's no good. Doesn't that mean I spend my turn running away or something?
Not exactly. You can't move closer to it. But you have disability on ability checks and attack rolls while that thing is around.
Ooh.
So you can't move closer to the Tharhun.
Alright. But I can still attack it, just with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to hit him with a Hunter's Mark, of course. Has he taken an action?
Yes. He's taking a legendary action.
Oh, a legendary one. How convenient.
I can't just jangle Kevin's plans.
Oh shit, you know what? I could have counterspelled that fear.
Fear is not a spell.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will fire an arrow at him, I guess, at disadvantage. Bow strike? Oh, 25!
25 is a hit.
And then hit him for 12 plus.
He is a humanoid.
Mark. He is humanoid too?
Mm-hmm. He's an elf.
Alright. So we're hitting him for 22 there.
The arrow whizzes through the crowd and manages to strike true. You hear him curse in Elvish.
Huzzah. Who are the other enemies here that are within 5 feet of him? The construct is, right?
That's right. And there's also fair hands that are a fair hand within 5 feet of him.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to use my Hunter Conclave ability to fire at the closest fair hand to him.
Okay.
This isn't with disadvantage, right? Because it's not at
Yes,
him
it
anymore.
is. Yep. No, you're disadvantaged on everything while you're frightened of this creature.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's around.
All right. So this is just an attempt. 21.
21 is it.
7 plus 4. So 11 damage to that fair hand. Oh, murdered. And then I'm going to use my holy shit extra attack on the elf again.
Okay.
Attack advantage. 14, probably.
A 14, the arrow flies wide. Alright. And
can I move? Is this moving closer? Moving sideways one?
No, that's fine.
Oh. Right. I move there.
Right, Eikooc, you're up. You don't need to make this saving throw.
Alright. I am going to cast a wall of fire. A 5th level spell. I might enhance that damage with a mental thing, but I'll just draw where I want it to go. Fire color.
Alright, the creature leaps back from your fireball initially. And it's going to take half damage. You let me know in that if you're re-rolling anything.
Yeah, I'm going to use my circlet once I open that up and remember how it works. Six, high boosted, changing that.
Oh, it's amazing. Amazing.
Okay, so it looks like it only works on ability checks and attack rolls, not damage dice.
So we're looking at 33 damage total?
Yes, 33.
Okay. Well, they both succeeded, so they both are taking half that. Anything else on your turn?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, Tharhun, you're up.
Okay. So there's fire over in there.
Yo, Kevin.
What is up, dude?
Yo, yo, yo.
Sorry I'm mad late.
It's all good? You're just in time?
I burned one of your polymorph spells trying to turn this red-robed legendary action creature into something, but they resisted it.
Ugh. Which one? This guy here? This like golem dude? Oh, red robe dude.
The red-robed dude, yeah.
This is like a giant copper construct.
Ooh.
So what's happening, Kevin, is you guys were planning the attack on. We're planning on how to defeat Janelle Marshwalker, basically,
Mhm.
and Eleander pointed out a couple key strategic areas of Saltmarsh that you guys would have to try to divert her defenses away from. And then they were interrupted as there was a commotion. The fair hands had started seemingly trying to rile up the refugees outside of the town. And as the group got here, Eikooc tried to quell the emotions going through everyone, but basically a riot is breaking out right now, and they seem to be using a element of fear. This creature is using some kind of fey magic to invoke fear in the crowd.
Ooh.
That's the
Can I-
closest, I guess.
Before Tharhun takes his turn, just on after I make that firewall, I shout, "Fallen leaves easily burn."
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
What was that from?
I'm assuming this guy is a fullest Kinkarn dude.
Oh,
He
right.
had pulled back his hood, and he's like a wood elf who basically he just revealed himself to be a wood elf, basically, to Grage. All right, Tharhun, you're up.
Okay. I guess I will probably deal with this elite elf. So I will move 1, 2, 3, 30. Move 30 to here. And then cast with a bonus action. Misty Step. Which allows me to teleport here. And then I will lay into this robed figure.
Okay.
Now, do I want to do a -5 attack? I'm not sure. He's only got robes, you say?
That's all you can see.
Legendary creature.
Oh, legendary creature. Damn it. He's probably got saves up the wazoo. Okay, we'll use a well-aimed strike. And murder this guy. Oh!
Ooh, smite.
God, that's
I
my
call
Very
upon
nice.
the power of smiting.
Bring forth the wrath of Maraganor.
Oh God.
How do I
Don't
smite?
one-shot
Let him
another
pass.
creature.
Let him pass judgment.
Alright, so first I'll click this. I see 2 1s there, so I'm going to roll 2d6 reroll. So, another one, but it's an extra 5 damage there.
So 23.
23, and then I get 2d8? Oh, 4d8.
Ooh.
48 radiant damage. Another 23 on top of that 23.
Oh,
All right. All right.
So-
Your sword slashes through his robes, drawing blood, and the crack of copper lightning lashes out at him, leaving him smoldering. He's still on his feet, and he looks very injured. He looks bloodied, but he still looks like he's more angry than he is hurt. Anything else on your turn?
I'll probably follow it up with another greatsword attack.
All right. Okay.
one away from another critical.
28 hits.
That's a good roll. It's another 14.
All right. Your second slash catches him again, and his breathing is ragged already. On its
Time to
turn,
piss them off now.
the creature seems to step back into his own shadow and reappears 30 feet away. Drawing his sword.
I'm wondering. Oh, I don't get an opportunity attack against that?
No, because he's teleporting.
Alright, makes sense.
And he runs full speed to the wizard.
My defense.
And more importantly, Tharhun, haven't you done enough?
Alright, with his long sword, he slashes out at you.
The little rogue dude's got a long sword.
"22 hits."
Legendary strike.
Alright, you take 13 slashing damage, and as his sword slices through your skin, a spark of fire traces through, and you take an additional 4 fire damage. In another fluid motion, he brings his sword back again to strike.
1 sec. How much total damage was that?
17.
Alright, I'm going to use my stone's endurance to knock that down to 11.
Oof. Alright, a 14 doesn't hit you, I'm sure.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so the second time you manage to get your staff up in the way and just barely deflect his sword attack. And that is his turn.
I meant nothing by the axe strikes to your face, dear sir. However, I will do it again.
So now the creature is going to... Oh. Okay, so... Great, as you're standing facing this copper giant, you notice that some of the scratches that you put in with his axe seem to be like porously forming together again, repairing damage.
Oh.
The creature is going to... The construct is going to raise its hand and point at the group that is facing his guardian, and a fireball erupts out of it.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Counter that.
Counterspell?
Alright, done. So 3rd level spell is countered.
Oh. Spicy.
Oh, I already enjoy that counter spell. It's gonna burn my
Already
spell
paying
slot so
up.
quickly.
And this creature is going to... Let's see, it doesn't have a lot of movement. Yeah, okay, it's gonna say where it is.
He takes wall of fire damage for ending his turn. Wall of fire.
Oh yeah. Alright. What's the damage?
I will roll it. Not even as high as last time. 21.
Alright. You can see that the fire is melting some of its areas. Alright, on the crowd's turn. On the crowd's turn, panic is increasing. Right, there's now a fire in the middle of the field, and several dead bodies with people teleporting and running around. And many of the people now are swarming towards the town wall, pushing and grappling with the soldiers of Saltmarsh and the soldiers of the Fair Hands alike. Many of the tents you can see are starting to be kindled on fire and start burning. We're going to get some attacks on Tharhun here from the surrounding Fair Hands.
Oh, can I not control my dude right now?
Oh, did I might have deleted the wrong Kevin?
No worries.
I did.
I think my character sheet's missing from the
Yes.
journal page.
Yeah, I deleted the wrong Kevin.
What?
Alright, you should be good now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
Just
so
prepping my turn here.
that 16 likely misses you. This other one's going to step in and try as well. This guy's going to come over here and try attacking you, Grage.
Bring it.
Oh, God.
Swiped it away easily. What else you got?
Run into the fire.
Alright, so I'm just going to move some of these guys around. Most of them are swarming towards the city walls, trying to push it past the guards, and are setting fires to the tents around them. Your turn, Grage?
Alright, I'm going after the Hulk here again. Swing my wild axe a little too fast.
15.
Missed.
Hold on, sorry. I was just distracted for a second. 15 is a miss, yeah.
Balls. Alright. I regain my composure and I strike again.
Nice. That's a hit. Alright, you scratch. You leave another deep scratch to this creature with your hand axe.
Can I spend a key point, or I can't because I did 2 attacks?
What would you be doing with the key point?
I would be trying to stun this bastard after I hit an opponent.
Yep, you can do that.
I would like to do that, sir.
Okay, so it makes a Constitution saving throw.
Hit him with the stunner.
Ooh,
Tell me it worked, because I've yet to have that work.
it worked.
There we go. Grage does a little dance. So
Did you just stun the construct? That's amazing.
Yep.
Does stun mean that he can't move or attack?
Basically, yeah.
Oh my god, that means he gets to take another fire damage. Just keep him
Creature
stunned.
reels. And it seems like you've temporarily disturbed some of its inner mechanics. Anything else in your turn?
I'm just doing a little mini victory dance.
So
my
good.
webcam's and on, not on, so you can't see it, but Grage is also doing it. Done. I'll stand my ground.
Alright. Kelnozz. Ooh, I forgot about this for a Grage, but it's okay. Kelnozz, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you didn't fear me? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you're not within 10 feet of Tharhun anymore. But it's all good. We passed that. It's fine.
Alright.
So,
Block it. What
Kelnozz,
do you do
I
with me?
need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Well, bam.
Alright, you feel intense fear of this elf who seems to be staring at you and Brynn, even though he's kind of sword darting around Eikooc. He's looking at you with intense hatred. But, so now you're frightened, which means you can't move closer to him, and you have disability.
Which guy? This dude here?
That's right.
Rope guy, yeah.
And you
Okay.
have disadvantage on ability checks and attacks while he's around.
This guy's a jerk. All right, my turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. What I'd like to do is one of my new spells. How do we think this guy has like crazy resistance? Probably, right?
He's
Yeah, like-
legendary.
He's got like legendary actions, and he's been taking advantage on saving throws and things.
Damn it. And I can't move closer to him. Fuck. I mean, I could viciously mock him, I guess.
Oh, you
Just
got
looking
it.
for my spells to see.
You can try polymorphing him again.
But he's resistant, right?
Yeah, he's got advantage. So you got a really good spell save DC, so you might have a chance of getting a spell out. Or
I
you
wonder
can-
if I can hit him with telekinesis, because then we just basically pin him, and everyone will get advantage on attacks against him. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to do telekinesis, because then I can move him towards me, and then I can stab him. Because technically, I'm not moving closer to him, I'm moving him closer to
Which is not what you would do if you were afraid of him, but okay.
kind of genius at the same time.
Yep.
This is like Kelnozz genius.
Defeating his own fear.
Does he
The
get
Kelnozz way.
Okay, so if the object... Okay, hold on a sec. Does he do a save? He must have a save against this of some sort. Make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested by the creature's strength check.
Okay, let's do it.
So what do I roll?
You roll a d20 and add your charisma.
My charisma modifier, which is +5.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. 1d20 +5.
Ooh, good.
Okay, not bad, not bad.
Okay. Now he's gonna have advantage on this because it's a spell.
Yeah.
All right. Despite his struggle, you are going to be able to move him closer to you.
So I'm gonna move him right in between us for maximum kill zone. And there was something about him being restrained. Yeah, the creature is restrained and your telekinetic grip. And restrained, I looked it up, is advantage on attacks. Let me just check. Sorry, I can't remember what it was.
I have it here.
Okay, cool. I know I looked it up when I took the skill last week, or took the spell.
So it is lifted up into the air, inches off the ground as you drag it closer to you.
Yeah. So attacker rolls against him have advantage, and his attacks have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tharhun, get back here.
Nice move.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Tharhun has to clean up all the other bodies down here.
Yeah, there's a lot of bodies swarming.
So can I pull him like right here, Bob?
You can move him up to your whatever the spell says.
Okay, it's like up to
30 feet in
30
any
feet
direction.
in any direction. So I want to move him like right here, within stab range of me.
Here?
Yeah. And that's Eikooc. Do you want him like in between Brynn and I up here?
Well, keep in mind, Brynn's best with his bow, and if you put him right up against Brynn, you might have disadvantage.
Okay, let's move him here then, right in front of me.
He's right next to me.
Yeah, right there. That should be good, right?
Yep.
Okay. And the only downside is it's a concentration spell, but that's okay. And can I do a bonus action as well?
Yeah. As long as
Okay,
it's
so
not a spell.
Brynn, it's Bardic Inspiration, or Combat Inspiration for Brynn. Because you're going next. Use it wisely.
Oh yeah.
So as you
I did
drag
put-
him through the air here, he grits his teeth, and you can see his eyes start to glow with ruby red fire. And he
Uh-oh.
says, "You traitor!" He says, really in Elvish. He says, "You traitors! You'll regret the day you worked against us. Can't you see we're trying to make a better world for elves?" Ah!
We want a better world for everyone, except for vampires.
Oh. Brynn, it's your turn. Your teammate just showed bristling vampire prejudice.
All right. I'm going to. Do I need to make another Wisdom saving throw?
Yes, you do. Alright, you pass.
Ooh yeah.
You attack the robe dude with advantage.
Advantage. Yeah. So I'm gonna blast him. Give him a good old fashioned ass blast in here. With the old
That's
bow.
only you can do, Brynn.
Oh, it's advantage. So.
So hold on just a second. So you rolled a 20. He is going to parry that.
Do I still do my advantage attack before he parries?
Your advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean advantage or do you mean combat inspiration?
So you get advantage on him?
Yeah, what
Just-
is it?
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Something?
I forgot about that. So yeah, go ahead and
Yep.
roll your advantage attack. Okay, so you just hit. There's no parrying. Go ahead and roll damage.
And so I just hit, just roll damage.
Mhm.
Were you doing something crazy there?
Well, no, it was the numbers don't work, so it doesn't apply.
Oh, okay. So I hit him a good old fashioned ass blasting for 14 plus 4 plus 5. 14 plus 9 was that 23?
His form just hanging there in the air makes for an easy target. And your arrow flies true. He looks extremely bloodied now, with multiple wounds in him.
Hit him with the extra attack.
As you are aiming your bow, he says, "It's too late anyway. They've seen the signal by now."
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh-oh.
I bet he explodes.
Another
You
14?
Him hanging in the air, you just create a pincushion out of him, and he goes limp, dead in Kelnozz's power.
Can I throw his ragdoll body in the air?
You can do whatever the spell lets you do. I'm
I
not
can
super
move
familiar
something
with
that
it.
weighs 1,000 pounds up to
Oof.
30 feet in any direction.
1,000 pounds is heavy.
Yeah.
Well,
You'd like make it.
you have to
make
wait
it
till
dance
your
over
turn, I
there,
think, to do.
Oh, I
anything
can
with
make him
that.
dance.
So-
Okay, I'll wait patiently.
All right, Eikooc, it's your turn.
If you're really good at performance, maybe you can like make it move his lips and order the.
Oh my god. That's an amazing idea.
As you see him go limp, you notice that the red amulet that he was wearing cracks, and that subtle permeation of fear seems to go away. But as you look around, the group, the crowd around you, only seems, they don't seem that affected by whatever effect has stopped. They still are in a state of frenzy.
And can I ascertain what is the source of the fear now?
They're still in a
Like, what are they looking at? Like, what are they pointing at? That kind of stuff.
They've been riled up from earlier conversation where basically their fear of being persecuted and oppressed by the humans has just worked them up into the point where they're basically charging towards the town wall at this point. Many of them with weapons and torches and such.
Doesn't the big guy have a red amulet on him too?
That's right.
Ooh.
Big guy does too.
But he's stunned.
Yep. Yeah, he loses his turn this turn.
Yuck, you're up.
I'm going to throw a shatter
Ooh, nice.
out there. Go construct shatter. And I'm going to put it right here. It's 10 feet. So it's not hitting enough people that I can shape it around this person right here. It doesn't hurt this person.
Okay.
But I'm going to let it hit these two guys here. Obviously, I'll shape it around Tharhun as well. So. Okay. Shatter, and I'm going to cast it. I think I'll probably just leave it where it's at. Yeah, I'll just. So I think it works the anything that's not anything that's made of.
Yeah.
Takes a disadvantage.
Oh my god. Alright, these two fall to the ground, holding their ears as their eardrums and brains are shattered. And this creature is also taking full damage. But makes no noise or reaction. Still reeling from Grage's expertly placed shot. Now, just while we're on your turn, I should have made you do a Constitution saving throw for your concentration when you got hit by the elf. So let's just have that now before the Shield Guardian's turn. You just have to beat the DC 10. Alright, there we go. Tharhun, you're up?
Okay. I'm just gonna weave this way around the fire.
You'll weave and dodge.
And then I'm going to take a careful aim at this construct. And lay into him with a mighty swing of my greatsword.
Okay. 28 hits.
Ooh, double ones? We're rerolling that. Okay, so 7 minus 2 is 5, so it's 12.
Okay.
And I will attempt to keep murdering it. Man, I'm rolling hot here. I should be using my super swing. I'll reroll that 2. to a 2. So it's another 12.
Alright, your sword slashes through this fire and scrapes along the copper body of the construct.
Sweet.
Alright. The shield guardian is stunned. And is incapacitated, can't move.
Fire damage.
Just making sure. Yeah, okay. So fire damage, go ahead. Alright, the creature continues to bake in the fire. It's looking severely damaged at this point. But it does manage to shake itself out of its stun at the end of its turn. Alright. On the guard's turn. Fair hands are going to try and swarm who they can. So we're going to get 2 attacks on Tharhun here. Gosh. Alright. Tharhun, you just easily dodge and parry these attacks.
Nice.
Your turn, Grage?
Okay, do you do the fear thing on me?
No, that creature is dead now, so.
Excellent.
Murder!
And, quickly sharpen my battle axe and swing, but apparently it's quite dull still.
That's right.
And
You're doing this.
so, swing upwards.
This time connecting.
Scrape there. And then I just try and jab at the chin. Little jabby jab.
Now, just remember here, if you're going to try and put your hand through this fire, I've got to make you take damage.
I definitely did just use my fist there, so.
Alright.
What
Just,
damage do I take?
Take the same damage that Kevin just rolled, so 26 fire damage.
Burns!
That was a punishing punch.
Burns!
Does he get a dex save?
Well, no, because he's that he only gets a dex save when it appears, right? The robot has not been taking dex save; he just takes the damage because he's ending his turn there. You know what, Eric? I will say take half that damage because you're really just punching like quickly through the flame. But you got to take some damage. Fire's got to.
Alright, 13 damage.
Take 50 damage.
Take 1,000,000 damage.
Back.
Okay, so the creature is reeling and dented and seems like it's having difficulty moving, but it is still operational. Kelnozz? You can see that the refugees and the people are just still swarming, pushing through to the town walls. More and more are getting through. There are Saltmarsh soldiers who are starting to get trampled.
Do you mind if I pass my turn? I just need to answer a couple messages real quick. Can I go after, like, Tharhun?
Sure, just let us know when you're back.
Okay, cool. BRB.
Alright, Brynn, you're up.
Alright, I guess our focus right now is the construct.
Please.
So I'm gonna blast the I'm gonna use a bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to the construct. And then I'm gonna give him a good old fashioned ass blasting. 14.
Aim for the ass a bit more.
Do you have bonus, like that combat inspiration?
Oh yes, that's 1d8.
I think it's a 1d10 now.
1d10. Wow.
Yeah.
17.
You hit.
Booyah. 10 plus.
Oh.
This one's certainly not humanoid, right?
No. The creature
Plus 2.
just becomes inert as the arrow manages to hit home. And it slumps down and then falls over. And the refugees and the people start swarming it and actually I guess they don't because that firewall's still up. But they start basically
It burns.
getting close to the firewall and trying to see what happened to the creature. More and more keep pouring through the town hall. At this point, the Saltmarsh guards have basically they just stop trying to stop them. And this swarm of people are heading towards Saltmarsh. But you still have probably the greater amount of them within earshot right now if you guys want to make any kind of reaction or stance here.
Tharhun. Calm the
People of Seaton, we have slain your tormentors. Do not turn your fury upon the town of Saltmarsh, for they could be a haven for you. Don't let these people from Seaton turn you against them.
A murmur goes to the crowd, and people seem to be calming when a soldier of Saltmarsh runs past through the town hall and says, "The ships are attacking. They've disembarked their jolly boats. Soldiers of Saltmarsh to arms!" And all the people here look to you and your group.
Ooh.
Well,
We will push them back.
we'll push
Do not
them back,
fear.
but it's best to stay out here where you won't get exposed to the fighting.
A couple of them say, one of them says, "Screw that! If this is going to be our home, we'll protect it too!" And there's a visible turn in the crowd whereas before they were ready to maybe burn down Saltmarsh, now they're all nodding and kind of preparing to take up arms with the Saltmarsh soldiers.
Wow, they really flip sides very quickly.
You gotta watch these guys.
Oh, there's magically induced fear going on.
And Tharhun had a pretty boss inspirational speech.
I told
There you
you,
go.
like, all we needed is Tharhun to talk and they would turn.
They're still looking to Tharhun for direction. They're all now gathering weapons and essentially looking to you guys, waiting for any of you to give them some permission or direction or command.
Let's see, our plan was to cause a ruckus somewhere, right? Where did Iliander say?
We're going
Whoops,
to take out some of their soldiers by the taverns.
the
However,
taverns. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, but that was before the attack, and they're like landing troops on the. But he did say that if we could draw them there's lots of like defensive positions, or it's like it's like a
they like
nice.
tangle up their boats.
Area.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what say we lead these soldiers into the tavern area and then set up a ambush for the enemy.
Ooh, I like me a good ambush.
Okay, so you guys start heading towards the tavern areas. As you get through the town wall, and the ground slopes down below ahead of you, you can see the harbor and the bay, and what you can see is the 3 ships each have a number of smaller boats leading away from them towards the town of Saltmarsh, and each of the 3 warships is starting to fling massive boulders into the town. And you can see in the distance along the shores, some of these small boats are already unloaded, and men wearing the colors and symbols of the fair hands are just pouring out into the docks and into the town.
Uh-oh.
Big uh-oh.
Stop the fair hands.
So you and a mass of people rush into town. The refugees are kind of a semi-organized group. The ones near you are somewhat reliable and more spread out as you get into the town. And you can see that there has been pockets of fighting breaking out where the fair hand soldiers have started filtering into the cities.
Can we see any fair hand soldiers?
They're kind of a common sight as you look around, but as you enter into this field between where, just outside of the Wicker Goat and the shadier part of town where there's other tavern, you guys find that there is a group of soldiers here who are kind of gathered on the fields, but all of them seem to be... All of the Saltmarsh soldiers are resting on the ground. They've got... Some of them have tankards of ale. They all have a forlorn look on their face. And they seem like they're listless and have no energy. They see the fair hand soldiers approaching, but they take no move to defend themselves. And as you guys get close... you guys all feel... It's a similar feeling to that fear that was just momentarily in your hearts, but this is more like a touch of hopelessness and despair as you enter into this area. Mm. And on the far end of the field, with some approaching fair hands, you see another copper construct marching forward with another red-cloaked person trailing behind it. So you guys might have a few seconds if you want to try and engage with the Saltmarsh soldiers, but it seems like very, very shortly you're going to have the fair hands will be closing in on this location. And there's just streams of people everywhere, rushing around, fighting. Some of them just looking for a place to escape the fighting. Pure chaos. What do you guys do?
Soldiers, help us defend the city. Together, we're much stronger.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh. Good old 9.
The one closest to you looks at you and barely reacts and says, "What's the point? We're done." Just turns back to his cup. He says, "I just hope they kill me quickly."
Well, that's no good.
Does anyone else say anything?
I say, it's that red cloaked devil. He's bewitching you. Find your courage and charge. anyone who values their freedom.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Aren't they rallied by their sense of honor and persuasion?
My sense of persuasion.
A few of them do get to their feet and grip their weapons as if to shrug off this despair. You can tell that they're not fully convinced though, and they still seem hesitant, but they're at least following your orders. The fair hands are getting closer now.
Is
So
Kevin
let's
here?
roll initiative.
Before we roll initiative, is Kevin?
He hasn't mentioned he's back. He's still on mute, so unless
Alright,
he's
so
muted.
muted. I was just thinking, I think he has an ability. I saw it on his character sheet, where he can like sing a song that like inspires the people around him and makes them immune to like fear and things like that. Yeah, he's like never used it, but I think he got it at like 6th level, and he can like sing an inspirational song to like make people immune to like bad effects.
Exactly this.
Kind of like super key right at this moment.
Okay, so everyone is rolling initiative. Alright.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Did we win?
Kevin,
I did.
serious question for you.
We won the
So
previous battle.
yeah, we did.
Oh yeah.
So Kevin, we're into a new battle here. All these people are being influenced by their like there's like a zone of apathy going on here.
Zone of apathy.
It's like my life. But I thought I saw on your character sheet, like right on the front page, at like the 6th level, you got like some ability to like motivate people and make them immune from like fear and apathy and things like that.
Which one is that?
It's called Cancel Zone of Apathy.
We also need an
Oh
What?
yeah, counter charm. Counter charm.
Yeah.
We also need an initiative roll from you, Nyrid.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's all good?
Disrupt mind influencing effects as an extra form slash.
Saving throws against being frightened or charmed. Oh, why haven't I been using that?
This is going to be super key for all this like frighten and charm action that's going on right now. I saw it after your first turn.
Is it just an action? Okay, it's just an action. Okay. That lasts until the end of my next turn.
But I
So,
think the point was to
correct.
use it to try and help the townspeople work with us.
Yeah, it's only 30 feet though, so it's not greatest once we're into like.
So, but are these people feared or charmed?
Those
We
are the
still got
bad
their
guys.
charm?
So the Saltmarsh, there's a group of Saltmarsh soldiers on either side of the field here where you guys have rushed. The fair hands are now like basically bombarding the town with the trebuchets, and all of the dudes on the boats have been unleashed onto the town. And these Saltmarsh soldiers, you approach them and they're basically completely listless and given to despair. They were just ready to let the fair hands come and slaughter them. The Tharhun has started to get some of them ready to fight. So we start off the round with Brynn.
All right. Well, I think I have to go directly for the hooded cloaked man right away.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit him with a Hunter's Mark. And then he hasn't taken an action as of yet.
That's right.
Correct. So I'm going to hit him with an advantage bow strike with a 21.
21 will hit.
Oh yeah. For 8 plus 4 plus 4, 16. Hit the construct with a Hunter Conclave attack, also at advantage.
Wait, just before you go, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Ooh.
15. Because I still have advantage on it. So.
As your arrow finds the red hooded figure, it looks up, and across the field you can see red burning eyes pierce into your soul and give you a chilling rebuke. So it'll take 11 cold damage.
How much cold damage?
11.
11. I feel like it could have been 22.
And go ahead with your rest of your turn.
So I attacked the construct with an 18.
Oh, an 18 will hit.
I'll get 12 damage.
Okay.
And I'll go for the hooded figure again. I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll that one.
Am I not in the queue? I thought I was in the queue.
I deleted you by accident, so I have you listed here, but you may not be able to see it.
I'm assuming that that's going to be a miss.
A 14 and an 11? Yes, both of those are misses.
Yeah. So that's all.
Okay. So, the crowd gets to move here. Most of them are just going to shuffle forward. You can see as they pass by refugees and people and commoners, they just lash out with their spears, felling them as they run, still more or less focusing on getting closer to your group and the Saltmarsh soldiers.
These are these are the Salt Marsh soldiers, or these are the guys from the ship?
The Saltmarsh soldiers are these like grayish dudes.
These ones? Okay.
Yeah, and the fair hands are these like people holding staffs dudes.
Cool.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so there's going to be 2 normal attacks on Brynn and 2 normal attacks on Kelnozz.
Uh-oh.
And the other dudes had to dash to get there, so they're not going to do anything. So the first 2 attacks are going to go on Kelnozz.
They miss wildly.
Miss. Oh god, don't say it. I've been missing all night. 2 on Brynn. Alright, so these guys, though they seem like able warriors, they're just nowhere near your guys' level. Your turn, Grage.
Sorry about that.
So I am surrounded by people. Well,
That's right. You and Brynn suddenly find yourself surrounded by fair hands.
okay. Well, I shall strike quickly at the man behind me, directly behind me, taking him by surprise. I
Alright.
assume 26 hits.
23, 26 definitely hits. You deal a very severe blow to him and severely wound him. He's still on his feet.
On his feet, eh? So, take another wild swing. A little too wild, I think.
That hits.
Oh.
Alright, same guy, right?
Yeah, right behind me.
Alright, he keels over. Defeated.
And then I shall quickly throw a punch to my side.
A 13, unfortunately, he does dodge that attack.
He dodges. Okay. And that about does it for me.
You're up, Kelnozz.
So these gentlemen here are looking a bit apathetic, correct?
That's right.
So I'm thinking I'm going to take 2 attacks of opportunity here. If I pull back, counter charm them.
We don't know how useful these guys are.
Yeah. All right, I will use my bonus action to light my blade on fire. Ta-da! And I'm going to stab this guy right in the face.
Go ahead.
What's he think about that?
Stabby, stabby.
He doesn't have time to think.
Ooh.
He's
And
too
second
busy
attack.
dying.
I'm going to attack this next dude. Just blow him.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Fire damage. Yeah.
2
I can use
flashes, and they're both down on the ground.
Nice. I'll use my second bardic inspiration. And I'll give this one who's coming up next.
Yuck.
Yuck.
Tharhun.
But he's a caster. Tharhun. I'll give it to Tharhun. Bardic
Nice.
inspiration for you, brother. I got 2 more of those puppies. And I can move now, actually, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to run defense on Eikooc here.
So let's see.
Captain, my captain. That's it.
It's me.
Yeah.
I turn next to me and I say, "Hey, Tharhun, do that thing you did last time again." And I cast haste on you.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. So, Tharhun, you're hasted. Any movement for you, Eikooc?
No, I'm nestled quite comfortably in between 2 very strong and willing, capable young men.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. This guy's gonna go 5, 10, 15. Alright, and let's see. I guess this guy's going to take his dash. Go another 30, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take that back. Because it's going to point its finger at the group. And it starts releasing a spell.
Which I will try to counter.
Alright. So you need to roll a check for this one. So roll
Okay,
d20 and add your intelligence modifier. Alright, that does not succeed. And an ice storm erupts. So it's 20-foot radius. You guys are all easily within that range. So I need you guys all to make dexterity saving throws.
I think will Kelnozz and Eikooc have the +2?
Because they have to be 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me
they're
that
both the
sweet, sweet 16.
How about didn't matter for me.
Dexterity it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Not that great at that. Yeah, that's not gonna do her.
Oof. All right. So let's see. It looks like everybody but Grage failed. So they take that much bludgeoning damage and that much ice cold damage as the air around you erupts into ice shards and blowing blizzardy winds. I believe, Grage, you take no damage because of your ability. Just double check on that.
But I saved myself.
Exactly. So most characters, when they make a dexterity save like this, they take half damage. Pretty sure you have evasion, which lets you take no damage. But just double check that you have evasion, because I could be misremembering.
27 damage.
27 damage otherwise.
Thanks.
And
Trouble.
That's like more than half your health.
make a Constitution
yeah.
saving throw, Eikooc, for your concentration on haste.
Yeah, that's right. I have evasion.
+2.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, 13 is not. 27. 27 divided by 2 is 13, right? 13 and a half. Rounded down. You just barely made that.
Oh my god.
Just barely made that.
Oh man.
Only because of proximity to Tharhun.
And rounding down rule, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now the red creature is going. The red person in red robes is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It takes out a bow and takes aim at Brynn.
Ooh.
17?
17 is a miss.
Ooh. Alright, the arrow just whizzes by you. Alright, Tharhun, can you remind me of what that aura does? Like, what I know it makes you immune to being frightened, but what else does it make you immune to?
I'll click on it. Whoops. I mean, I have this one, and that was...
I'm really just looking for, because I know you're immune to being frightened. Okay, so it's just frightened. Okay, so I need you to make a wisdom saving throw at the beginning of your turn.
Oh no.
And it's a charm effect, so anything that you have is modified by that, but make sure to include it.
Oh, I have damage resistance lightning. Don't forget about that. But not relevant here. I mean, come on, we gotta have some sweet
Ooh, that's a really good point.
traits.
Bob, of the damage before, sorry, of the 7 or the 20, which one was cold?
The second one, so 20 cold.
Ooh, so I'm only going to take half that.
That's right. And your DC would have been much lower, so there you go. Okay, so I do need that wisdom saving throw from you, Tharhun.
Okay. I'm trying to summon all my will here. Oh, plus
All right,
2.
so even with your plus 2, you feel a wave of depression, melancholy, and hopelessness wash over you. And you are essentially charmed. And you're going to be having disadvantage on your ability checks and saving throws. You have a chance to do another saving throw at the end of your turn. But for now, you feel this hopelessness wave wash over you. You can hear the red robed creature yell out to the crowd around it and say, "Your struggle is pointless. We will reclaim Saltmarsh in the name of true justice and spill the blood of those that would oppress you." Take your turn then. Go ahead.
I hear that and I say to him, "You claim to fight for justice, but I stand for Maraganor, the true Lord of Justice, and I vow that we will stop your kind." And I use a bonus action to vow to murder this guy, basically.
He pulls down his hood and you see that it is actually a female high elf who stares back at you. And she says, "Maraganor has no power. He's abandoned the elves."
What?
That's it! I charge at her.
Blasphemy!
And I will do a mega swing at this lady it's gonna be -5.
Are you in a
but
furious rage?
Yeah. She just said Maraganor has no power and has abandoned the elves.
Oof.
We're gonna murder this one up for sure. So I'll do that.
Oof. Okay, so that's
Kinda looks like a
-5.
hit.
Definitely a hit, yeah.
So I'll do this. So that's plus 10 is 22.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What is this
Saving throw?
sorcery?
14? Well, wait. I have disadvantage on this, so just take the 12, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Or wait, would I have advantage against, or would it cancel out? Doesn't matter, I guess, in this case.
I don't think you would have advantage. because your vow of enmity just has attack rolls.
Okay.
So
+2.
A 14. You feel her again pierce into your soul with her eyes that just speak of hopelessness, and you take 11 cold damage as it chills your very soul.
Oh. You think you can stop me with your witchcraft? I lash out at you again. Same dealio. 23? Oh wait, that's a constitution? No. Okay.
23 minus 5, right?
Correct. That's a
18.
18.
And
Should I inspiration this?
if you have abilities to, then this would be the time to, before I declare a hit or miss.
Do you still have?
I will.
Wait. Do
Yeah.
you still have? Yeah.
I do. So I think I will, because she's legendary and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alright. You feel your sword about to miss, but Kelnozz's brave words remind you and inspire you with competency when you hit.
Hooray for competency! Ah!
Remember all those
21
nice
damage.
things I said about you?
Sort of.
Oof, 21 damage. That's a lot. Alright, the creature cries out as your two massive sword strikes hit her. And she looks bloodied already.
Well, now I...
You must be out of things.
No, because I'm hasted.
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
So I just keep swinging. Like, this is a flurry of blows here.
You
You
should have
don't
a
even know what's
attack,
going on.
probably, right? A haste
Yeah.
attack?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. 24 minus 5 is probably a miss. That's a 19.
Your sword looks like it's going to ring true. At the last second, the shield guardian reaches down and deflects your attack, guarding his companion.
Oh, cool. But not cool, because I wanted to murder her good.
Alright, Brynn, you're up.
Alright, I
take a wisdom saving throw.
take a wisdom saving throw. 18.
18. You feel that hopelessness try to enter into you, but you are able to shake it off.
I'm not hopeless. My mom says so. And I fire my... sorry, I should take advantage.
Who are you attacking on?
The robed figure again. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm completely surrounded. Okay, undo that.
Okay.
I forgot that these three guys were jamming me up. I am going to start smashing them
Actually, Ryan, those guys all died in the ice storm.
Oh, well, there we go. Then definitely the robed figure.
Yeah. Alright, so any fanciness to declare?
No, just a straight 18.
An 18, the arrow just barely misses her.
Oh! I'll use my Hordebreaker to attack the construct. 16.
A 16, the arrow also flies wide.
And holy shit, second attack on the robed figure again. Oh!
3 arrows just fly away.
Phew.
That's perhaps the worst turn you've ever had in this game.
That's pretty much how it goes sometimes, I guess.
Anything else for you?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly run and get a glass of water. I'll be right back.
I think you've ever missed all 3 arrows.
Yeah, I think it's happened once before, but it was against like
Level 1.
yeah, like some like pleb thing that really didn't matter at all.
It was 3 misses at plus 10. Like,
Yeah.
I think we figured out these things have 19 AC.
I think it's 20. Because didn't
No, because Scott got a 19 and he said it was going to hit and then got deflected.
so wouldn't that imply it's 20?
Yeah, I don't. The Shield Guardian probably adds on like 1 or something.
I'll be back 1 sec.
Alright, on the crowd's turn, you can see that there are a couple of guards that managed to get over to the Saltmarsh soldiers. These ones haven't been bolstered by Tharhun's inspiration. And you can see them just barely put up the weakest of fights. And you can see that this little unit here is basically allowing themselves to be slaughtered. These guys are going to try and rush forward. Oh, this one's going to try and get Tharhun here. So we're going to have 2 attacks on you, Tharhun.
I have +2 AC right now, so.
on them.
21.
Both a miss. These Saltmarsh soldiers, they see the way that Tharhun is carving into this red hooded creature, elf lady who's revealed herself, and the other fair hands being beaten back, and they start gathering their spirits and start getting their weapons closer to their hands and entering into the battle. Grage, you're up.
Big boy. So I'm gonna lash out at this abomination.
Alright, that's a hit.
Around it. And we are gonna try and see if lightning strikes twice. Try and stun this bastard.
Oh my gosh.
Stun him good.
Just rolling so terribly tonight. Alright, so again you managed to hit him in that just that right spot, and it reels and seems to be stunned for a moment.
Do I get another attack even though I did that?
Yeah, that's just like an extra thing you can do, so you still have your normal attack options.
That's an amazing move.
Yeah, just keep him stunned. That's super deadly.
19 is a hit.
When it works. What does that say?
You certainly want it to work on any boss fights. That's.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. This is like the first boss fight where I've managed to pull it off. Well, and the one before this. Okay. And then I get one more attack.
That's right. Your bonus action?
17 misses.
I think it's actually got to be with your unarmed strike.
We'll just say it's 17 then.
Okay.
That makes
Just roll the
sense.
right damage then. Oh, I guess 17 doesn't. Actually, is it... Do you have the same bonus on your hand axe as you do to your fists?
Bonus. 1d6 plus 5.
Let me just look at it real quick. Because you're really right close to the DC, it kind of makes a difference.
I don't know, dude. What am I looking at?
It's all
here?
good, man. I am going to... Yeah, so you have a plus 10 total attack to your hand axe and a plus 9 to your unarmed strike.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so actually you got 16, and that would be a miss.
Okay.
Kelnozz, you're up?
That stunned him.
Oh, is Kelnozz back?
I'm here, yeah.
Alright.
While he's stunned, do I get advantage on attack?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yuck, you're looking pretty secure right now.
Sure. Oh yeah. It's deceptive, but
I think I'll push forward and stab some people.
Actually, you know what? You do have advantage on attacks against stunned creatures. So even
Oh,
Eric,
okay.
Eric, you should have re-rolled your hand at your attack anyway. If you want to do that really quick.
Reroll
your unarmed strike.
advantage?
Yeah, just
Unarmed strike.
Advantage.
Yeah.
and this will be your advantage attack. Okay, so that would hit. So go ahead and roll and take your damage.
Nice. So I'm going to attack with my Flaming Scimitar. 16.
16 is a miss.
Second attack. Yeah.
You managed to hit with your second attack.
7 slashing. 6 question mark fire damage. You might have resistance.
It doesn't seem to have resistance as you do a deep scratch along it.
Nice.
Anything else in your turn?
And I'll use my third Bardic Inspiration on Tharhun again, because he's coming up next.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
You're up, Eikooc.
I think I am going to probably drop a fireball. And all these pretty people.
Okay.
I think I can shape it around all the people so I don't have any collateral damage.
You probably get this girl. It's a 40-foot area, right? So it's 20 feet on either side. I'd say you're definitely going to get her. And
But I mean, like, I can shape it around her, right?
it's the spell is level +1, so you got to do 1, 2, 3 for your companions, and then 1 here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna cast it as a higher level.
Okay. Oh, before you do, it's not going to make a big difference. But go ahead and make that wisdom check.
Okay. Wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom save, please.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're not despaired, so.
That's a good roll.
Alright.
So 38 fireball damage.
Oh my god, just garbage rolls. Alright. So, the Elven lady takes a full force of the fire as well as the construct next to her, and they both look severely burned and singed as the fireball erupts, and these people are destroyed, blown away by the fire. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. I think that's it for me.
Alright. Make a Constitution saving throw before the end of your turn there. Actually, I'm sorry, it can't do it. It can't do it, so I used it this turn. So on its turn, the red-robed creature is going to, again, step into its shadow.
Isn't it stunned?
The
Oh, the red robe.
yeah. And appears before Eikooc, dropping her bow
Son of a
and
bitch.
pulling out a long sword.
Hello. Sorry for the fire.
Okay, take 4 slashing damage. And you can take an attack of opportunity if you'd like, because it's going to try and dash away. Well, not dash, but try and run away.
Yeah, I'd love to take an attack opportunity. Can I use a cantrip or?
Only if you have the Warcaster feat. You need to use a
Certainly.
melee attack if you don't.
No. Okay. Oh man, gotta bust out the melee attack. When's the last time I tried this?
Going old school.
It's also your reaction, so remember you won't be able to cast Counterspell.
Right. I think I'm okay with that.
Your quarterstaff misses as the elf starts fleeing in the direction of the docks. The
Get her, Tharhun. You're fast.
construct spends its turn stunned, but actually let me just read. When does it become this? End of your next turn, Grage. So it's remains stunned. Tharhun, your turn.
I yell, "There is no escape from the justice of Maraganor."
Oh, sorry.
And
Before you go too fast, sorry.
Yep.
Make your wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's my chance to break out of this?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Remind me what you're breaking out of.
The
The
general
sadness?
sense of sadness?
Oh yes. You're essentially. You should have rolled that at the end of your last turn, and I forgot. Sorry. So yeah, I guess you're still just sad. So just stay sad for now, and I'll remember to let you roll your survival, your saving throw at the end of your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm chasing after this creature. Or this elf. And let's
Hold
see,
on,
I
just,
don't
just
have...
really quick, because Eikooc took damage. So Eikooc, do your Constitution saving throw. All right, you're fine. So you have your haste speed.
Whew! Alright. Well, I'll run here. The robot can take a swing if he wants. It has reaction.
He's stunned.
Oh, he's stunned. Yes! Teamwork. Alright, now do I do a -5 or do I do a... I think I just
You
do...
get advantage, so go for the mega swing.
I don't know, because he doesn't have the defense of the
Damn it.
giant robot.
You gotta get that critical double swing.
I guess
I'll
with the
go
double
with it.
swing... Yeah, okay, I'll do the -5. I have the double swing. Hopefully that'll be enough. I don't have the inspiration now, but... Alright, going once! 20.
20 hits.
Yeah.
25 damage.
You do a wicked blow to him as he tries to run, or she tries to run away, and she's extremely bloodied now, just barely staying on her feet as she limps.
Okay.
Do you finish it off?
Well, I will, and this one will be a well-aimed, like, execution style, non-5.
Okay.
So we're going for the murder town right now. Ooh,
Damage-wise,
damn it.
Nothing to add to that, I'm sure.
No, I don't have any.
So, unfortunately, your second attack goes wild and you're not able to connect.
That's just because I'm barely able to... Actually, wait, did you give the inspiration again?
I think you
Kelnozz?
did.
I did give it to you.
I have the icon again. Okay, well...
So I only have one use left. I gave you 2 and 1 to Brynn in the last fight.
Alright,
Go ahead
I
and
guess I'll
use
roll
your...
for it.
No. I already said that in this. So you gotta remember at the time. But you have
Ah,
another
shit,
attack,
okay.
so you can use it if you need it.
That's true. Okay. Swinging again,
Alright,
24.
That's a hit. You murder this girl.
There you go.
Alright, she's not
No
able
one
to get back to the
escapes.
docks. And so again, you can see the red amulet that is hidden underneath some of her folds falls out and cracks. And that subtle feeling of despair and hopelessness seems to ease off of you guys.
Nice.
Brynn?
Alright. I will fire my bow at the construct.
At advantage.
I'll use a bonus action to move the hunter's mark there. I think last time I attacked, I was on the robed person. And bow him down with advantage. Stick him with some arrows. 19.
A 19 hits.
Ooh, big ol' 7 plus 5. 12 damage.
Okay.
No fair hands within 5 feet of him, so I will just make my second attack on him. 23.
That's a hit as well.
15 damage.
Alright, your arrows fly and manage to easily hit the stunned construct, sticking in deep in some of its gaps. On the crowd's turn, the feeling of despair and hopelessness is having a more announced effect on these guys. The Saltmarsh soldiers seem to stand up and shake off those feelings and grab their swords and their spears. This group falls in on the fair hands that had been dispatching those two of these, taking revenge for their fallen comrades. And the Saltmarsh soldiers over here come a bit closer to Tharhun and Eikooc and say, Captain Eikooc, Tharhun, what's the plan? We await your orders.
What say you, gentlemen? We've dispatched many foes today.
Let's clean these guys up. Then we'll worry about the next wave of the boats or
let's
something.
clean them up. For Saltmarsh!
For Saltmarsh!
You can see that the group is starting to rally around you guys, and it's becoming less chaotic and more organized. Grage, your turn.
Alright. I swing hard and fast at this construct in front of me.
Okay. It's still stunned until the end of your turn here, so your
Avoid
first
enjoying
one
it.
slashes into it. Creature looks badly damaged. Go ahead and roll damage on the second attack.
And then I go uppercut.
Alright, roll damage. Alright, Grage Shoryuken's the construct. and its copperhead just pops off.
Nice. Trophy. Dibs.
So as the construct falls to the ground, the remaining fair hands in this little field are dispatched and defeated, and the people around you look to your group, and the soldiers stand by and say, Where to next? What's the plan?
First, we loot the corpses.
There's no time for corpses. We have to stop the.
Forget what party you're in.
Well,
It's time for corpse looting.
Where are we in the like relative to the town right now? Like on the map?
You guys, here, I'll move this over to the map. You guys are basically like here.
Okay. And like we can see like ships landing where?
When you guys were a bit farther up over here, you could see that detail, but basically, the ships, you guys can't really see exactly, but I'll just update it on this on the map here. The ships were like loading here, docking, like embarking for this area over here, like basically along the main strip of docks that face the harbor. At this point, though, there are fair hands kind of swarming around the town. Like, if you look in any direction, you can see some. As you stand there, considering the soldiers' orders, you remember back to the strategic places that Eleander had spoken to you about. There are still... he mentioned that the market would be a very important place. He mentioned the docks would be a place where ultimately the battle would have to be decided. And a formal plan was never formalized on what you guys are going to do with the ships.
So that battle that we just faced, would that be kind of like this key point that we talked about before?
That's right.
Okay.
So we are going to end the session there, because I think it will take a bit longer than a half an hour to do the rest.